I can't buy the air I breathe. I can't buy the trees. I can't buy the deepest seas. But it don't matter, 'cause they're there for free.
Hello, welcome to Around the World in 88 Tales. It's wonderful that you're here with us. I'm with Sachi Fukuyama. Sachi is in Japan. It's the country where everything's happening. The Olympic Games are amazing, all of us, all around the world. How are you, Sachi?
Hi, I'm so fine. Thank you.
It's wonderful that you're with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me about telling the story.
Well, we met in Exeter in
Yes.
where I live, where the museum is, a few years ago, and
Yeah.
here we are at the museum in Exeter, sharing artifacts all around the world and sharing stories about those artifacts. But before we do that, can I ask you, Sachi, can you introduce yourself? And if you are live with us or even on a recording on Facebook, then please write in the chat where you are as well. So, Sachi, tell us about you.
Okay, thank you. So actually, I went Exeter in 2017. So I was one of David's students there, and I studied education in Exeter University, and David and I met there, and I had lessons from David storytelling. So I told a story that I made in his lesson, and after the lesson, I told the story in front of exchange students of Exeter University. That was fantastic. That was a fantastic experience for me. So this is the beginning of why I like telling a story. Thank you, David.
Wonderful, Sachi. That's wonderful. And I've never forgotten the story you told. It's such a beautiful story that I remember you teaching me. So the artifact today is something that's very beautiful, something that's very, very special. I'm going to show you now, Sachi, what the artifact is that's going to inspire us to tell stories. And the artifact is this lamp. And this is a Roman lamp. It was found in Pompeii, we think. Pompeii in Italy. Let me show you. So there's Pompeii in the south of Italy. Here I am in England. Here you are, Sachi, in Japan.
Yeah.
And the story I'm going to tell doesn't come from any of these places. The story I'm going to tell actually comes from Mayan culture in Guatemala and the south of Mexico. But before I talk more about the story, let's talk a bit more about this beautiful lamp, because you can see there's a special design. There's a design of a rabbit that's leaping over the filler hole for the oil lamp. So these Romans love to decorate these simple everyday items with figures of animals or gods or people. So the theme is rabbit. I'm going to tell you a story about a rabbit. And rabbits feature in stories in every culture that I've ever looked at about storytelling. And sometimes they are very clever. And in this story, from Mayan culture, the rabbit is the trickster. And in Spanish, which is the language they speak today in Japan, in Mexico and Guatemala, the word for rabbit is conejo. Conejo.
Conejo.
It's about Conejo the rabbit. Let me just show you what my Conejo rabbit looks like. This is on amate paper, and this is from Mayan culture. Look, it's on this beautiful mulberry bark, sweet smelling paper, and you can see the rabbit with the long ears Very clever and very, very tricky. So let's begin. This is my story for you, for all of you. Érase una vez. Once upon a time, there was an old man and there was an old woman, a couple, and all they had in the world was one rabbit and one jaguar. And one day, Señor Jaguar, the jaguar, the big cat with sharp claws, came to the cage where the rabbit was kept. Señor Conejo, the old man and the old woman, are boiling up a big pan of hot water. They're going to cook you. They're going to eat you. They're going to give some to me. What? Said the rabbit. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. They're boiling a pan of water to make hot chocolate, Señor Jaguar. And if you come into my cage, I will share my hot chocolate with you. What? Hot chocolate? Mmm. The jaguar, with his sharp claw, opened up the cage and crept inside. With a hop and a skip, Rabbit was out of the cage, out of the house, and into the forest. Jaguar waited for the hot chocolate. He waited there, and he waited there, and he waited there. Now everybody, can you say it with me? You as well, Sachi, and everybody, wherever you are. The jaguar waited there, and he waited there, and he waited there.
He waited that.
Ah! Oh no! That rabbit has tricked me! Ah! The jaguar was so angry, he ran out of the cage, out of the house, and into the forest. He looked for the rabbit everywhere. Do you think he found the rabbit?
Yeah.
Finally, he
Yes.
came to a mountain. In the mountain, there was a cave, and inside the cave, the jaguar could see the rabbit. Rabbit, you tricked me! Rabbit quickly put his paws against the wall of the cave. Oh, Señor Jaguar, what are you talking about? I didn't trick you. You must be talking about another rabbit, not me. But Señor Jaguar, you are very, very strong. Look how strong you are. What strong paws you have. I am weak. Look, my house is going to fall down. Please, Señor Jaguar, will you help me? Would you put your strong paws against the wall of my house while I go and fetch a stick to hold it up? Please, you are so strong. Jaguar said, well, I am strong. Very well. And Jaguar came into the cage and put his paws, his strong paws, against the wall. And with a hop and a skip, the rabbit was out of the cave and into the forest. The jaguar waited for the rabbit to return with the stick. Can you say it with me, everybody? He waited there, and he waited there, and he waited there. Where is that rabbit? He waited there, and he waited there, and he waited there. Oh! Oh no! That rabbit tricked me again! The jaguar, the foolish jaguar, was furious. He ran out of the cave and into the forest. He looked for the rabbit everywhere. Do you think he found the rabbit?
Yeah.
A long time looking. The jaguar heard the rabbit. The rabbit was laughing. The rabbit was laughing about how he tricked the foolish jaguar. Jaguar came closer. He looked through the long grass. He saw Rabbit was bouncing up and down, hanging on to an elastic vine, hanging from the tallest tree. Boing, 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 boing. Jaguar was furious. I'm going to catch that rabbit. I'm going to kill that rabbit. I'm going to eat that rabbit. Now, Jaguar got ready to jump. And on the comments on Facebook, write down, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think the rabbit's going to get away? Do you think the jaguar's going to get the rabbit? What do you think is going to happen at the end of the story? Yes, put it in, put it in. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think, Sachi? Do you think the rabbit's going to escape?
Yeah.
Yeah? And what's going to happen to the jaguar?
Oh, he felt so sad because he couldn't catch him.
Well, let's find out. Are you ready? The jaguar jumped through the air. He caught the rabbit on the elastic vine. He pushed the rabbit down to the ground. Now I've got you, rabbit. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat you. But little Conejo the rabbit, he wriggled and he wriggled and he wriggled and he wriggled between the jaguar's paws, and pop! The jaguar let go and the rabbit flew up into the sky. He flew higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until the rabbit landed in the moon. Yes, in the moon. They say in Mayan culture, in Guatemala and the south of Mexico, that when the moon is full and round and red, you can see the rabbit lying on his back in the moon and laughing about how he tricked that foolish, greedy jaguar. Well, did you guess that ending? Next time it's full moon, you can see the rabbit in the moon. Look, let me show you. It looks a bit like this. Can you see the shape of the rabbit? The rabbit's ears and head, the rabbit's body. Wow, that's my favourite, or one of my favourite rabbit stories. But I'm wondering, Sachi, in a minute, whether you will tell us a story that maybe this story and maybe this beautiful rabbit lamp from the museum reminds you of. But before you do that, I'm just going to have a look at the at what's going on in Facebook. Oh, there's lots of people with us from Cyprus. Hello, Jason. Oh, Jackie in Scotland thinks that the rabbit will outwit the jaguar. Well, of course, you're right, Jackie. The rabbit did trick the jaguar, as always. And Tammy says, yes, the rabbit's smarter. And Jason thinks the jaguar's going to miss the rabbit and only get the vine and fall to the ground with the vine in his teeth. And the vine snapped, launching the rabbit into the tree. Clever rabbit. Beautiful rabbit in the moon. Thank you very much for your comments. Sachi, you guessed it correctly. Can I hand over to you, Sachi? Is there a story that you would like to tell us? Please tell us your story.
Okay, so at the beginning and at the end of the story, can I use a little bit Japanese, okay? The famous place in Japanese.
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
That's what the project is all about, learning from each other's cultures, and that, of course, includes our languages.
Okay. Can I start?
Please begin.
Yes. Okay. Rabbit in the Moon. 月とうさぎ。昔々 Once upon a time, there lived 3 animals. A monkey, a fox, and a rabbit. in a small village in Japan. One day, an old man dressed in a smelly old rag went to them. I am very hungry, so please give me something to eat, the old man said. A monkey was good at climbing trees, so he came back holding with nuts and fruits in his hands. The fox was good at stealing, so he came back holding many rice balls which he had stolen from graves in his paws. The monkey and the fox made a fire to cook the food. And then Rabbit came back, but he didn't have anything for the old man. The rabbit was not good at climbing, hunting, and stealing. You are an idiot, the monkey and the fox said to the rabbit. So the rabbit felt so sorry for the old man. I'm a fool. I couldn't get anything for you. So please eat me, the rabbit said to the old man, and he jumped into the fire. Suddenly, the old man transformed himself into a beautiful god. The god said, "You are a kind-hearted rabbit, so I will bring you to the moon." He continued, "I would like everyone to see you from the earth. I would like everyone to be kind like you," the god continued. So the rabbit may have an eternal life in the moon, happily ever after. めでたし、めでたし。
Meditash. Meditash.
Yes, in
That's how you
Japanese.
finish the story in Japanese. Happily ever after.
Yes.
Wow, Sachi, that was so beautiful to listen to your story. And wow, we had two stories about how the rabbit came to the moon, one from Mayan culture, one from Japanese culture. And when I look at this lamp, it's almost a round lamp like the moon, and the rabbit jumping over. Maybe it's like a moon lamp. Maybe the Romans could imagine the rabbit as well. I don't know. Tell us more about this story and how did this story come to you?
I see. So everyone, do you often see the moon at night? So we Japanese have some special feeling toward the moon. For example, we have some custom to enjoy the lights of the moon. So in every September or October, the night we can see the moon, the most beautiful, is called the harvest moon. Harvest moon. So in this season, we celebrate a rice crop. So, and at night, yes, beautiful moon. So at night, we place food offerings. For example, rice cakes or beautiful flowers to the moon.
So you look at the moon and you offer rice cakes and flowers to the beautiful full moon, and you look
Yes.
at the rabbit in the moon.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. So we have another story about the moon. So when we see the moon, Japanese believe that there is a rabbit, big rabbit, because of the shape of the shadows on the surface of the moon. Yes, so
In the rabbit.
I believe too.
And you told me that who did you learn this story from?
Thanks to my husband, he told me about the moon, and he told me about the relationship between the moon and humans. Okay, so he was measured in Japanese classics in his university, and it is said that the princess from the moon, Taketori Monogatari in Japanese, the princess in the moon, from the moon, Taketori Monogatari in Japanese, is the oldest Japanese folktale. So that is why he was fascinated by the moon and by the relationship between the moon and humans.
Fantastic.
So we Japanese made a lot of folk tales about the moon. And he read a lot of stories about the moon. One of them is the rabbit in the moon.
Fantastic, wonderful. Is your husband here?
Yeah. Can I introduce him?
Well, yeah, we'll say hello very quickly. What's
Come here.
It's your husband's name is Tatsuru.
Tatsuru, yes. He's my husband, and he told me the story, and he likes the moon.
Hi, Tatsuru.
Hi.
Lovely to see you, and thank you again for sharing this beautiful Japanese story. Okay, thank you very much, and good luck with the Olympic Games. It's going really fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Goodbye, Sachi. Goodbye, Tatsuru.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
The air I breathe, I can't buy the trees, I can't buy the deepest seas, but it don't matter, 'cause they're there for free.